Bruh, okay, look. Okay, so before we get started on this video, I really wanted to say, guys, Survivor here and everything. And I got the new Game Informer magazine not too long ago, and just gotta show you guys. These guys have no chill. I mean, seriously, these guys have legit no chill, and I really believe in Game Informer a lot with a lot of stuff because they also have about like the they weren't seen confident women in video games, which I'm gonna be completely honest, it's really good. So we can have more equality in terms of like characters and stuff. I get it. At the same time, I feel like when it comes to certain series, though, when you try to push diversity too far, it's to the point where it literally changes characters. It just doesn't work. But when it comes to newer IPs and newer characters, it makes a lot of sense. So I kind of like that. But I just gotta show you guys this shit because it also revolves around Spider-Man as well, in which the new Spider-Man game, I mean, it's gonna have Kingpin, and one of the screenshots here is freaking Norman Osborn, freaking the future Green Goblin himself. Dude, if this dude ends up becoming Green Goblin in the game, I'm gonna lose it. And this dude, like look at this dude. He's looking like, are you guys seeing this shit? This dude is looking like a futuristic Shocker out of this bitch, or like, yeah, he looks a lot like Shocker. So I really am interested how that's gonna play out. But I really wanted to show you guys this shit. The Game Informer has no chill. We're gonna get into the meat of this video, which is gonna be talking about Detroit Become Human. But I just gotta show you guys this shit, okay? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, Star Wars Battlefront 3. These guys have no chill, my man. Pro Evolution Survive. Survive series with those fucking monsters and shit. Kill this Animal Hunter world. Yakuza and Mario at the Olympic Games. Kyryuing the Olympic torch. Bruh. Stop. Like Star Wars Battlefront 3. This one got to me real quick. Possibly because like of how much shade you're throwing at EA right now. Star Wars Battlefront 3. How to blue milk a franchise. Platform. Visa, American Express, and PayPal. Style. 24 player first person money pit. Publisher Electronic Arts. Developer EA Dice. Diabon Nixodorf Incorporated and NCR Corporation. And release when Battlefront 2 revenue dries up. Oh my god, I just had to tell y'all guys this shit because they throwing some shade at fucking EA. But they hella deserve it though. They try ripping off so many people. Oh my god. But yeah, I really want to talk about Detroit Become Human right now. Why I'm so hyped about it. Okay, so Detroit Become Human. Why is your boy excited for it? And this is actually gonna be the very first episode of a series I kind of really want to do of like it's basically called the Why series. Like why I'm disappointed with this game, why I'm so hyped about this game, why I love games like say Mass Effect, or why I love this and shit like that. Yeah, it's gonna be the very first episode of this type of series because I'm feeling like because I am gonna be making another video of this, which is involving the new Spider-Man game and Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's Rockstar's next title, and the new Days Gone and a bunch of other games, all games I'm hyped for when it comes to disappointing games, which is probably going to be the next episode of a certain game franchise I loved when it came to its first 3 games, but the next one that came out last year, why? I was just disappointed. I'm not pissed off at it. I don't think it's a bad game, but it's just disappointing as shit. It's underwhelming as hell, but anyway, I really want to let's get along with Detroit Become Human because I'm really excited about it. Now, Detroit Become Human is a game, a new game by Quantic Dream, the same guys behind Fahrenheit, also known as Indigo Project, Heavy Rain, their most acclaimed title yet, and Beyond Two Souls, which had mixed reactions. There were people that hated it. There were people that did like it, but knew it had like many flaws. So people were like so there were like a lot of people that were in the middle, and there were a lot of people that absolutely love it. They call it a masterpiece in terms of storytelling, which is something that I kind of go with. And like it features, Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, so that's pretty neat. But anyway, with games like this, I really, really, really love interactive movie type narrative games. I've always loved them. If you've been watching my channel, then y'all know I love Telltale games. I've been loving their games since I got my hands on the Walking Dead back in 2013. Just one year after the Walking Dead season 1 was completely done. I got all 5 episodes included, and plus the 400 Days DLC. I absolutely loved the game. It became one of my favorite video games ever. In terms of story, characters, and figuring out like what to do, it was amazing. But now Telltale nowadays are more focused on character, story, and choices, which is their main things to do now, because that type of shit has made them a lot of money. So they're like, let's do this. And basically because of them, and mostly on BioWare's part, kind of made the genre of making choices and having them affected, have like the story kind of affected it in a way, plus with amazing characters and a great interesting story, making a package all the more worth it. BioWare has been known to do this, and so has Telltale Games, and Quantic Dream has been doing this for actually a long time. Actually, at least like I'm thinking about like a decade, probably a little bit over a decade. Because I don't know when Fahrenheit first came out, but that was like their first game, if I remember correctly. And with Fahrenheit, I haven't really played it, but for what I've seen, it's weird because it's weird for one, because I saw that fighting scene. I looked like some shit out of the damn Matrix. What the hell? I heard that was like the most out of place thing in the entire game, but it just, wow. But it's more like, about like a mystery, kind of like how their next title, Heavy Rain did. But Heavy Rain, I haven't played it either. I haven't played any of their games, but because I plan on getting to Detroit, because I got like, I'm literally saving up to get Detroit, because that game, man. Like, I haven't played any of Quantic's games. Fahrenheit, Heavy Rain, or Beyond Two Souls. I haven't played any of them. I plan on it. Hell, like, I really want to play Heavy Rain really bad. And plus, if you get to the digital deluxe edition, which is like $70, you will not only get like the stuff you get out of the pre-order, but you also get Heavy Rain as a digital code, which is awesome. But I don't know if I'm really want that though. But I don't know. Just saying, because I got a lot of interactive games. I got like all my favorite games I played this year. So I don't know if I'm gonna add Heavy Rain to that, because this will probably be like the year for me when it comes to these games. But all I want to say is I'm really hyped for it. And why am I really hyped for it? Well, here is my very first thing. The characters. The 3 protagonists we're getting to play as. Now, the very first thing I heard about Beyond with Detroit was that there is a possibility where every character, every potential action that you can take could potentially lead to your character's death. All 3 protagonists could potentially die. And whatever you do so far throughout that game, even when you do eventually die, it will shape how shit goes down, and how everybody gets affected by things, which is something that Supermassive Games kind of introduced to an extent, where whatever actions you took in Until Dawn could potentially lead to a character dying. You couldn't risk that because you wanted some of these characters to live. But depending on what you did, it could have actually prevented from this character getting to that situation and leading them to die, leading to their death. So it's really interesting, like how Supermassive kind of handled that to an extent, and well, to an extent, just saying, or linked to like a possible situation. I don't know, but Until Dawn kind of introduced that with it to an extent, because also another thing that Until Dawn kind of introduced was the clue system, which if you ever seen the Connor demo, who is one of the main protagonists that you play as, he actually goes through like this place of going looking for clues, and I'm feeling, and if I remember correctly, I heard that you can actually use these clues to actually that could actually be important for much later on, depending on what you find. This is some Wolf Among Us D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die shit. Like seriously, this is some detective type shit. This is some Batman shit. Like, even Hidden Agenda did this, where whatever choices that you make and clues that you find and everything will affect your story depending on what you find and what actions that you take. It also depends like how longer the game can get. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm really interested in how the ship plays out, and it's just wow. So I cannot wait to see what we can find that can actually prevent shit from happening. Because I feel like Detroit Become Human kind of borrows that from Until Dawn a bit. So I really cannot wait to see how that works to an extent. Other than like just finding clues so it can drive along the plot, because that would feel pretty forced. Because Quantic said that this is their most branching game yet, and I'm glad that they're not showing that much, nothing else that's new in their trailers, because it's cool, but at the same time also worrying, because we don't even know how long the game's going to be. But then again, their games are noticeably kind of long. Heavy Rain was 10 hours, depending on how long it took for you to do this or make this choice, blah blah blah. Same thing with Beyond Two Souls, depending on how long it took for you to make this choice, and depending on which path that you took, that I heard about in Heavy Rain, whatever path that you take, it really depends on how long the game will get, depending, what happens or whatever. So yeah, it kind of varies in terms of time. And so again, I actually cannot wait to see what Detroit has, to offer, because I love games like this. I love games where you choose and shit happens differently. Because regardless of what you say about Telltale games, because as of late with their games, which they've been making your choices to matter to an extent, with especially with Batman: The Enemy Within, where not only with your relationships but also the final 5th episode, depending on which choice that you made at the end of episode 4, you're literally playing like a different episode when you try to go back and redo, do the other route. It's fucking insane. Guys, you just have no idea how excited I am about this game, because I love games like this, and I'm really interested with how it's gonna go. And I'm glad that they're not really showing much, but at the same time, I'm also worried, because it really all depends on how long the game is. And even if one of the protagonists die, I'm kind of wondering how short the game will be. I'm really fucking interested in how it all goes down, but I'm excited either way, because I'm gonna love the game, because I put so much time into Until Dawn last year when I was recording it, because I was so hyped about the game. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh my god, what the fuck? You guys know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for Detroit now. What about the characters? Like Kara, Marcus, and Connor. Who? Okay, I need to talk about them. Kara. These characters are basically you're choosing, like, you're looking at a different perspective. Marcus is the rebellion side. Kara is basically the neutral side because she's trying to take care of this girl named Alice. And there's also Connor, who is also the guy that helps, enforce, the law that, that androids are, are supposed to serve humans as well as what they're made for. You can now in the demo you can see his perspective depending on what you say, what they said in the demo and stuff. And with Marcus, you can also see from his perspective that he wants people to live. Now, I'm kind of wondering if they're all going to meet up somewhat, like all three of them, like all of them meet up. Because here's the thing. I was actually looking up one of the Detroit Become Humans videos, like on the whole car thing, and once they switched to Connor, talking about Connor, Connor, it was showing like Connor go to this fence, looking dead into Kara's eyes. I'm like, wait a minute, hold the phone, fucker. Like, that I cannot wait to see go down, because that alone, for what they just saw, for what they just showed us, I'm really curious how that situation is going to go down with Kara and Connor. I'm really excited to see how that shit goes, man. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. So, and plus, I'm kind of really curious on what happens when Marcus meets up with Connor. Who are you going to be playing as, and what are you going to do with this character? I'm kind of wondering if they're ever going to give you a choice on who to pick as, and choose like what you want to do with this character and what's going to happen. Like, if that's a choice, bro, it's kind of like how in Injustice 2, where we get to choose like who we want to play as in this fight. And because of the two endings from Injustice 2, pick either Batman. Like, imagine that shit. Oh my god, I would love that so much if they ever did implement that. Now, there is a mechanic that people are very skeptical about, is that there is a timeline mechanic where it says things could have been different, which has been shown like throughout the trailers. Things could have been different for what's happening. You can literally choose on like what you want to do, which is basically like saying that these androids can predict the future on what happens if they like acted like on their own instincts and did what they did instead of like the player choosing. Which I'm wondering if that's actually optional to do. You guys know what I'm saying? So yeah, things could have been different, and that's what they can keep promoting, and so I feel like this timeline mechanic, which I'm pretty sure, which let's be honest here, they definitely what that part was definitely inspired by Life is Strange. By the way, you cannot deny that. So I'm feeling like people are skeptical about that because you can literally just go back and change the way that you wanted to do it. Now, I'm a bit skeptical myself, but here's the thing for me, okay? Here's the thing for me. I'm actually kind of glad this is actually in it, because if you kind of fucked up and you wanted to do a story where it's like really well written and how this should go down, but you kind of fucked up because you didn't find this or something, I'm kind of glad you could go back to a certain point as this character, so you can do this the way you want it without having to like restart the entire damn chapter like how in Until Dawn. I'm actually glad, because let's be honest here, if we wanted to go back and redo our choices Until Dawn, we have to literally go through the same cutscenes that aren't skippable. We have to go through the same choices, the same amount of suspenseful things we've already seen like a bunch of times while trying to replay Until Dawn, which wasted a lot of our time we could have actually used. So I feel like that the Detroit is kind of doing it the right way. But at the same time, I'm kind of skeptical about that. But so again, I'm kind of glad for this timeline mechanic, but at the same time, I'm skeptical on how they're gonna handle it. Because again, I don't want to go back to like this one chapter I'm going to play a lot to get through again. I don't want that. Can I like save it somewhere, like let's say like in a freaking phone booth, like a freaking Alien Isolation, I mean something, so I can save my progress and I can access it like this if I wanted to do this again. Just something, you know. So I'm kind of glad that that's actually in the game, but again, I'm like I said, I'm kind of skeptical on how they're gonna handle it because it's only available for all these choices stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of really curious, but other than that, I'm really excited. Now I know a lot of you over there watch this video are like, dude, why are you supporting this trash? Like it's by David Cage, blah 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 blah. Look, I don't know much about David Cage. I heard about some that involved with him and Ellen Page during Beyond Two Souls or some shit. I really have no idea what's going on or what happened. But I do kind of support like what he said before, that games are losing innovation, and that's kind of like his motivation. And that's kind of in making these type of games that he's doing. It's kind of thinking that like it's kind of like his motivation to continue making games like this, because it's losing a lot of innovation and shit, because he likes to do like different shit, like let's say all these different topics he likes to tackle. Like in Beyond Two Souls, from what I've seen, you can literally try to kill yourself. Literally, you can literally try to kill yourself and when you look at it, he's like, I feel like he's looking at it from a storytelling perspective, because in the Kara demo that we saw back in December, it revolved around child abuse, and I'm glad that there are games like that are pointing this type of shit out. I don't give a shit what the fuck he is literally like what people are saying. If games like this are pointing out problems, then I'm glad that this shit exists. Because if they're pointing out problems, like say child abuse, I'm glad, because it's a problem that needs to be seen, that needs to be dealt with. Now, and from the car demo, it really seems like it really cannot be helped, because there are times where child abuse can go pretty damn far, and I'm kind of glad that they did point that out, because the world is dark as shit like that. So I'm kind of glad that Quantic likes to point out subjects of how dark that they could get. Because I have seen like some scenes from Heavy Rain of how fucked up things can get. So yeah, because of how popular Heavy Rain is. So yeah, I'm kind of glad they kind of went down that route. So I saw some scenes from Heavy Rain of how fucked up they can get. Nothing spoilerish, but just fucked up topics. You know what I'm saying? Just a bit of them. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that Quantic does this stuff, so we can point them out of how fucked up they can get. So I mean, I'm not gonna like want to buy the game just for that stuff. I mean, seriously, that's kind of making people feel fucked up. I know there are some freaks out there that get entertained by child abuse and shit. There are freaks like that out there. There are, but we as real gamers, we appreciate shit that gets brought up because it's a real fucking problem that needs to be brought up more. Just saying, guys. But I hope you guys have. But this is why I'm so hyped about Detroit Become Human. I'm really excited because of the choices, the timeline stuff. I'm wondering how that shit's gonna work, and the characters and the story of this revolution and all these different perspectives, like with Kara, Marcus, and Connor. I'm really excited, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video if y'all enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below what y'all think. And if y'all new to the channel, you want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And in the next episode of my Why series, next one is going to be my Why I Was Disappointed in Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, I really want to fucking talk about this. I know this was by BioWare Montreal, but